this is the first time that an entire generation was facing something as widespread as a pandemic. So I think a lot of my personal experiences also come from that fact. There was not enough information about previous pandemics, how long they last, how long is it going to take for things to get back to normal. And at the same time, there was so much information being thrown at me that it just became a little bit overwhelming.
We have to filter a lot of information, and by that I mean we also have to break it down into layman language. I think because there has been such a surge in information and also say scientific papers and articles which sometimes even contradict each other, it gets very confusing. And especially in this pandemic, what we have noticed is that it has been moving at such a fast pace that for a normal individual, it is really difficult to follow instructions and to follow the news cycle. So for us, I think that has been the biggest challenge in gaining trust.
The worst challenge was to, make them understand or distinguish between the fear and reason. Okay, and when we talk about science of COVID, people were very much scared about COVID, so therefore no reasoning was reaching them. So this was one of the things. So overcoming the conflict between fear and the reason was the most important challenge that we faced. Uh, that's one of the reasons why it was also difficult to communicate to the educated also in this context especially.
The inability to ask basic questions of the information thrown at you is the first and major limitation. Then there are certain biases, cognitive bias, that prevent people from grasping new information and acting on it. Say, for example, confirmation bias. It makes people believe that a certain herbal product, and they have been using it since a long time, would ward off or kill the coronavirus, despite studies telling clearly that they don't work. Then there is the famous Dunning-Kruger effect. In this pandemic, we have seen celebrities endorsing treatments that have no basis, no scientific basis, or have been proven to be ineffective. But that said, adoption of preventive measures is not as simple as it sounds. Say, for example, physical distancing. It is simply not possible for a vast majority of people to follow that because they lived in cramped houses. They go to seek work daily. And I believe science communication needs to factor these things in.
Do I go out and do I also send my team out for ground reporting? And the second critical part was the infodemic that hit us in the beginning months, where we were literally forced to myth bust, though it is not a core competency or core of what we do. So I think these two became really critical for us in the initial months, and we had to quickly adapt and innovate in doing these things. So for example, we started using WhatsApp voice notes to do ground reporting.
Our content is not in the spaces where people will find it. And there is a recent statistic about where people find their news sources from, and about 52% of the traffic comes from Facebook and WhatsApp. Both of these are platforms that are full of fake news. And the challenge is to occupy these spaces meaningfully and to bring and to divert traffic that could have gone to sources that are not as trustworthy or not as direct, and direct that traffic to places which have informative and well-researched articles.
On certain sites or social media, there was a lot of misinformation and disinformation, maybe not necessarily always coming from news platforms, but there was a sense of, I guess, lack of trust that it wasn't just me. I believe that a lot of people also had expressed that lack of trust in terms of the information that they were receiving.
So we've been working in villages and rural areas in some of the states. And the biggest hurdle, I would say, I only have one, and we had to really took many years to overcome that, is misinformation. That really flies like a fire, and it can create so much problem, and a polio program has seen that. And it took years and years to overcome that big challenge. Even now in COVID, the misinformation is actually creating more problem than anything else. There are correct information through correct sources, but misinformation flies faster.
While science works through trials and errors, and more trials and more errors, the massive misinformation that has been around this pandemic has made it very difficult to discern accurate information.
We need to understand that we are part of the society. So therefore, if something affects me, it can affect all, or something that affects someone else can touch me also. So this aspect has not yet been realized by people.
We need a solution. Let's come together.
Let's build back
Better.
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 Better.